2. How to Fly to Your Own Mountain. The above content discusses the first part of this book, while the second and third parts focus on where to head in a new life, a process of constant breaking away and escaping. We will discuss the second and third parts together, understanding the two key words of these sections, fly and mountain. The author of this book was born on Indian Princess Mountain. This mountain is not a choice. You are born here. The mountain of your parents is where you were born and raised, and to a large extent, you're disciplined and reshaped here mentally. However, as you grow up, you must fly to your own mountain. But where is your mountain? A good life is a journey to find your own mountain. This mountain is not pre-made. It is built by you. Your descendants will grow up in your mountain, and they will also need to fly to their own mountains. This is what constitutes a good life. In this book, the mother's presence plays a significant role in providing motivation and strength for her daughter later on. Tara's family had no birth certificates for the children because the father refused government registration. The family could not accurately remember the specific days the children were born. However, to allow the children to learn to drive, they needed to obtain birth certificates. Although Tara's father was very resistant to government registration, her mother was determined to get the children registered. Thus, Tara's mother was quite different. She dared to forge her own path. Later, the mother had a car accident. Tyler, the third child in the family, was driving his mother home when he crashed into a utility truck, causing a serious accident. The mother's face was severely injured, and Tyler was also badly hurt. A pivotal shift in the narrative occurs with this accident. Tyler had previously only liked two things at home: music, with many CDs in his room, and math, particularly geometry and solving math problems. We say that in this world, what can make a person pure and rich in poetic spirit, closest to poetry, are these two things. Math is the most poetic of sciences, and music is rich with the rhythm of the soul. Therefore, Tyler had a significant influence on his younger sister. As the youngest daughter, Tara was unconsciously drawn to Tyler's interests. After the accident, Tyler initially thought that recovering physically would be enough, but he realized through this experience that their previous life was built on fear and an understanding of the apocalypse. Previously, their father had created a sense of safety, continuity, and predictability in their lives. But in reality, people are flawed, life is random, and mistakes happen. The life that their father constructed did not guarantee stability. At this point, Tyler began to have significant self-doubt, and after recovering, he expressed a desire to go to school. Initially, their father denied him. However, even though he continued to work at home, he had already made up his mind. Ultimately, Tyler left home. After Tyler left, Tara missed him greatly. His departure opened a gap in the family. At this time, the mother's influence on Tara also changed. The mother's health was significantly affected by the accident. Her memory began to deteriorate, and her mental state became unstable. However, being a midwife, which requires full concentration and is physically demanding, became difficult for her. Later, the mother started doing essential oil therapy, measuring her various states, including her physical condition. Luke, the fourth child in the family, had to take on more responsibilities after Tyler left. With fewer hands available, he could only build a hay shed, as the family primarily survived by sorting garbage at a landfill, leading to a significant decrease in income. Later, misfortune struck again. While working at the landfill, Luke's jeans were soaked in gasoline from an old car. Unaware, he continued to work, causing sparks to fly, and his jeans caught fire, resulting in severe burns. Thus, although the family claimed to have constructed a safe, stable, and closed environment, numerous problems persisted within. Sean, the second child and Tara's brother, is a sympathetic older brother but often displays another side: violence and extremism. He threatens Tara, insults her, and even physically assaults her at the slightest provocation. Sean easily falls into self-delusion, failing to see his own faults or guilt. He works hard for the family, and despite conflicts, he eventually returns home, becoming a particularly capable assistant to their father. Sean's labor brings him a sense of simplicity. It is often said that those who grow up without broad experiences tend to possess simplicity. Sean has a moral confidence, unable to recognize what he lacks in social emotions or, more broadly, in the warmth of being human. Thus, his violent tendencies spiral out of control. You can see two aspects in Sean. One is the narrowness of his personality, reflected in his violent tendencies, and the second is his moral self-affirmation, believing he is not doing anything wrong. Tyler was the first in the family to attend college. At this point, the narrative reaches a crucial point. Tyler's departure from the family suddenly reveals another possibility for Tara's life. Thus, Tara's life gains a choice. Encouraged by Tyler, she begins to self-study math. We say that a person fears not learning. Why do some people remain the same after 1, 2, or 3 years? Mainly because they do not learn. Moreover, learning must be systematic. We see that Tara's mind begins to waver. She sees a new direction. Later, Tara proposes to her family that she wants to go to school, aiming to apply to Brigham Young University.